Well, hey there. Happy Saturday to you. Well, I guess that depends on um, what part of the hemisphere you happen to be residing in or on or at today. Anyway, happy Saturday in America. And wherever you are, happy Saturday or Sunday or Friday, I don't know, to you. I know we're all um, in different time zones, right? But that's not why I'm here. Listen, if you've ever seen an addict go through the throes of trying to recover from addiction, you know how completely sad and demonic that thing is. It's not easy for them. It's not easy for anybody who's ever been addicted to anything. And when you think of addiction, a lot of times you just go right to drugs, right? Your mind just goes straight to drugs. But there's alcohol, there's nicotine, there's sugar, there's shopping, there's sex, there's social media. Oh boy, some people can't put the phone down. They can't step away. And that stuff begins to mess with your head. It alters your mind. And a lot of the stuff that's going on social media is just fluff and it's clickbait. And even Google, some of the things aren't even true. You just have to be really, really mindful. Um, I want to talk to mothers right now who wrestle with addiction or who have, and you have a son. Now, I don't know what it's like to ever be addicted to a substance. I really don't. I cannot say that I do, but I can say that I empathize because I've seen what it can do to families. I've seen what it has done in my family. I have seen what it has done out here in these streets. Prayers to you and yours. But you really have to be careful. Whether you have a son or a daughter, addiction is tricky because it's a spiritual thing as well as a mental thing, right? Maybe it's neurological. I've never been addicted to a substance. I would not know. I'm not a healthcare professional per se, but I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. I have lived through it in my own house. You have to understand that beyond this thing being spiritual and emotional, psychological, financial, whatever it is, the harm it does to your children. Yes, we know addictions tear families apart, but what it does to the self esteem of your children, it creates a lack of trust that a lot of times is hard to repair. Most times it is. You sleep with one eye open, wondering, is this the day that your mother's going to be back out on the streets? And I'm not talking about evicted, I'm talking about in search of her drug of choice. The embarrassment of people knowing your mother's an addict or your uncle or who may have you. It could be your lover, your husband, your friend. I've seen it in every aspect of relationship in life. And money and status does not exempt people. Look at Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, um, Tom Petty, Prince, and the like. Elvis Presley does not exempt you from addiction. Sometimes it may even heighten it because of the anxiety attached to it. Keeping in mind, I'll say it again, maybe for the third time, I do not know what it's like to be addicted to any substance. It has to be a killer, though, because it kills the people that you love. To see somebody writhing and fighting through an addiction to heroin or to cocaine, it's something that you never want to see. A child, a lover, a spouse, a family member should never have to see that, but it's life. And somebody has to see all of us go through something. I want you to keep in mind the children and the people that you love before you go out there and try something to ease the pain or to cope with the trauma. Because a lot of the times that's the lead in the addiction. You're trying to cope with something in an unhealthy way. And a lot of us, until we are healed from whatever our vice is, because it doesn't, like I said, have to be a substance, we cope in unhealthy ways. Think about the people who love you. And I know you really can't, right? Because it's a demonic entity, it's a demonic force. I remember they go through the healing process. What do you call it? Rehab. They go through it a million times until they can't take it no more. It doesn't work, or it finally sticks, right? It kicks in. They can't do it for you. Not even if you're their child. They have to do it for them. It's a personal battle. Respect that. I remember talking to somebody that I used to love and telling this person, why don't you just, asking them, why don't you just stop? And the person turned around and snapped at me and said, what the fuck do you mean just stop? I can't just stop. You don't know what this is. You don't know what it's like. And I had nothing else to say because I actually don't. But I do know how it affects the people that you love. There's a character in this book who is going through addiction. She's a female. And the people around her, they don't know what it's like to be addicted to a substance. And that makes it even worse. And she has a son. And he has to go live with his father because his mother has a problem. And then the father has his own problems. We'll get into that another time. And nobody is thinking about the son. See, when you have kids, married or not, you're these two people who, if you have not healed from your issues, and most people have not, you're compounding your issues by being together, and then you make a child, and then you're adding to those issues, and you haven't healed from your issues, so you're giving your child your issues. And it might not be substance abuse, but there's something, because they're seeing your bullshit. They're seeing what you have not healed from. Keep your children in mind when you're making choices. And there has to be, in closing, somebody that you can talk to. There has to be somebody. And a lot of times you don't have anybody, so that is another lead to addiction. Abandonment issues, loneliness, attachment issues. Got to get into those because we all have them. You can get to a healthy place though. She has a background of having two parents, but like a lot of people in this book, like somebody like me, she grew up feeling invisible. Maybe like you, just helping here for you. Eventually, she finds somebody that she can talk to. An older woman who never got a chance to give birth and have her own children, but she is the matriarch of her community. I hope you find peace in surrendering to healing and rehabilitation and taking your time. And when you can consider your children, I hope you find harmony that you have never found before in healing. I hope you find hope. I hope you find love for yourself before you try to find it for somebody else or even bring children into the world. And children, don't ask for your parents to ever be perfect because there's no such thing. Accept them for who they are. And I know it's hard, but you're going to want somebody to accept you for who you are. There's healing, hope, help. And yes, there is happiness and redemption and rehabilitation in this book. Peace be unto you.